Holy crap, that's a lot of writing. Echo's ready though. All right, what up guys? We're back, Thursday fitness time. We got a lot to talk about, so let's get to it. So for your warm-up today, what we got? You've got a 6-minute clock. We are going to do 5 front foot elevated split squats on each side. We are going to do 10 glute bridges, and then we're going to do 5 kneeling T-spine rotations on each side. So what all that looks like. Front foot elevated split squats. We're just looking for a small elevation. So again, plate would be perfectly fine, a couple of books or a low footstool, something like that. But what we're looking to do, so front foot's gonna come up, we're gonna create a little diamond here, so I'm gonna create a little triangle, and then I'm gonna lunge down all the way till my knee hits the ground so that I get into a really deep lunge, and then I'm gonna stand back up to full extension of both knees. I'm gonna do this for 5 reps on one leg, and then I'm gonna switch and go for 5 reps on the other leg. After that, you got 10 glute bridges. So for the glute bridge, good old normal glute bridge, feet in your squat stance, belly tucked, and then we're just gonna squeeze the butt, get full extension in the hip, come back down. You're gonna go through 10. Then we've got 5 kneeling T-spine rotations. So what we're looking for there is I'm going to take my hand, so first off, tabletop position. I'm gonna tuck my hand all the way through, really twist from my mid-back, and then I'm gonna reach all the way through and up to the sky. I'm gonna do 5 on one side, and then I'm gonna do 5 on the other side. Again, what we're looking for here is just a lot of range of motion for your mid and your upper back to really open things up. And you're gonna run through all that for 6 minutes. So that's gonna be your warm up today. After that, we've got some split jerk associated work to do. So a couple things. We're gonna start with a little bit of a warm up. So if you have a barbell, fantastic, we're gonna use a bar. If you have a dumbbell, you're gonna perform all of these reps per arm. So you'll do 3x5 split press on either arm. Otherwise, you're just gonna do 5 reps with a bar. So what a split press is you're gonna find your split jerk landing position. So let's talk about what that looks like. So if I take my feet and I put them just outside my hips, so kind of somewhere in between a deadlift stance and a squat stance, just kind of in between the two of those. What I want to do is I'm going to take a big step forward on my dominant leg. So again, pretty sizable step forward here. And then I'm going to take a small step on this back foot. And what I'm looking to do is have about 70% of my weight on this front leg and then about 30% of my weight on this back leg. What this is going to allow me to do is have a bent knee in the back so that I've got some pressure here, but again, I'm feeling everything on this front leg. So from the side, just so you can get a visual of what it looks like. Again, decent sized step, small step, that's going to put me pretty well balanced. From there, ribs are always down. So I've got my rib cage pulled down in this position, which is going to allow me to have a neutral spine. I don't want my rib cage flared and my back leg locked out so that I put a lot of excessive pressure on my lower back here. And what we're going to do is we're going to do 5 press from this position. So again, ribs locked down, back leg a little soft. I would have a bar in my front rack, and I'm going to press overhead for 5 reps. And again, if I've got a dumbbell or a kettlebell, I'll do 5 reps on one arm, followed by 5 reps on the other arm. The landing position is only going to be on your dominant side, because again, we just don't often split jerk on that non-dominant leg. So you're going to do 3 sets of 5 split press. Again, 5 reps on the bar or 5 reps each arm with a kettlebell or dumbbell. After that, we're going to do 3 sets of 3 tall jerks. So for the tall jerk, what we're looking to do is travel from full extension to my landing position that we just covered as quickly as possible. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take my flip-flops off, or my slippers off, so I don't look like an idiot. So again, your jerk stance, feet should be just outside of the hips. And then what we're going to do, again, pretend I have a barbell on my rack or a dumbbell, either one. I'm going to come to full extension. So I'm going to come up on my toes. I'm going to squeeze my butt. I'm going to hold here for just a second. And then I'm going to drop and punch into my landing position. And then I'm going to recover. Bar comes back down, tippy toes hold, drop down, recover. And you're going to do 3 sets of 3 reps. Again, if you have one object, you're going to do 3 reps on each arm. If you have a barbell, you're just going to do 3 sets of 3. And you can load that up a little bit if you like. Don't go crazy heavy. The focus is on speed down to your landing position and really reinforcing that the jerk is not an overhead drive. It is a drive under the bar. So once the weight gets a little bit of lift on it, I'm just looking to drop under it into a low catch position. So that's kind of what that movement is warming up, going from tall to small really quickly. After that, you're going to do 5 sets of 3 split jerks. So if you have a rack, lucky you can do your split jerks from a rack. Otherwise, you'll clean the object up, kettlebell, dumbbell, barbell, whatever you've got, and you're going to do 5 sets of 3 split jerks. So for the split jerk, again, the landing position we already talked about, that full extension position we already talked about. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the dip. So when you dip for a split jerk, what you want to do is make sure that you are firmly rooted through the middle of your foot all the way through that drop. So what I mean by that, again, starting stance, feet are just outside the hips. When I dip down, I want to screw my feet in, press my knees out into a nice little 3-inch dip. What that's going to do is keep me rooted in my mid to back of my foot, because as I stand up hard, I want to stay in my heel all the way to here and only come up onto my toes at the very end. So again, from the side so you can see it, screw the feet in, knees out, shallow dip, and then I want to stay in my heel all the way to extension of the knee, and then I come up on my toes. So again, I do come up on my toes, but it only happens after I've driven firmly through my heel. So that's what you really want to try and focus on during your dip. Screw the feet in, knees out to create that midfoot position, and then my chest stays super vertical. So my chest shouldn't move at all, forward or backwards during that dip position. So again, your strength work for the day is going to be 5x3 split jerks. So if you're doing it with a single arm object, you're going to do 3 on each side. If you're doing it with a barbell, just 5 sets of 3. Obviously this is for technique, so if your dumbbell or your kettlebell is not very challenging, just work on that speed under the bar. So work on getting into that lunge position as quickly as possible. After that, our conditioning requires a master's degree, potentially a PhD, depending on where we are. But what we're looking to do, there's a lot of work to it. So write this down because it is going to get confusing as all holy hell. So what's going to happen? We've got 2 little pieces. So piece number 1, you're going to do 3 sets. You're going to go for a 100-meter run. You're going to do a Turkish get-up complex on one arm. You're going to go for a 100-meter run, and then you're going to do a Turkish get-up complex on the other arm. So before we talk about that Turkish get-up complex, if you're not going to go for a 100-meter run, you're going to do 10 calories on a machine if you're lucky enough to have one, or you're going to do 20 high knees per side. So just high knees in place. Again, good old 40 total, 20 per side. So that's going to be your running scale throughout the entire workout. So again, keep that in mind. 100-meter run, 10 calories on a machine, or 20 high knees, 40 total. After that, you're going to do, again, a Turkish get-up complex. So what that's going to look like, we're going to demo the first 2 movements first. Luckily, they are basically precursors to part of the Turkish get-up. So they'll basically work as a nice little warm-up progression. So what we're looking for, first movement is going to be 5 floor press. So for the floor press, I can do those in a Turkish get-up position. So again, whatever arm the kettlebell is on, that knee is going to be up. So no, no.
Echo.
Thank you, later.
Thank you.
So if I have my right arm, I've got my right leg up. First thing I'm going to do is get the plate out of the way. Then I'm going to do 5 floor press. So elbows tucked in close to my side. I'm going to press up to full extension. Elbow stays nice and close to the body. And I'm going to go through 5 reps. After my 5th rep, I'm going to keep the kettlebell locked up overhead. And then, hello. And then I'm going to do 5, excuse me.
Echo.
Excuse me.
Come here.
Almost.
Aww.
Soon, okay? Soon. All right, we're almost done.
But Dad.
So what we're going to do is 5 get-up sit-ups. So again, after my 5 floor press, here we go, 4, 5. I'm then going to do a get-up sit-up. And what that consists of is getting to my hand. So I'm going to side crunch to my elbow, and then I'm going to press to my hand, and that's it. And then I'm going to come back down. That's 1, back up to the hand, 2, and I'm gonna go through 5 reps. So 5 of those get up sit-ups. They're very challenging, but they're awesome for your core. They're awesome for shoulder stability. So after your 5 floor press, after your 5 get up sit-ups, you're gonna complete 5 full Turkish get-ups. So for the Turkish get-up, once I've gotten to this point, so again, after your 5th rep, I'm right here. All I'm gonna do is my hip bridge. So hips come up nice and high, knee comes through, and then from here, I'm just gonna stabilize and stand. Then I'm gonna come back down to the ground the same way. Knee comes down, hand comes down, hips up, foot through, back down, and then I'm gonna go all the way back to the floor. That's 1 Turkish get-up. You have to do 5. So you're gonna do 5 more. Again, side crunch, hand, hips, knee, stand, back down the same way. Knee, hand, hips, foot, back down to lying. So that is a long complex. So you guys are not gonna need a whole lot of weight for this complex. I'm talking, I mean, honestly, a full water jug is probably enough. At most, maybe like a light kettlebell or a light dumbbell. So that is what you're gonna do all on one arm. So 100-meter run, 5 floor press, 5 get-up sit-ups, 5 Turkish get-ups. You'll then go for another 100-meter run and repeat that complex on your other arm. That counts as 1 round. You're gonna do that 3 times. So again, 100-meter run, complex on the right arm. 100-meter run, complex on the left arm, 3 times through. It's gonna take a while. So again, that's the starting piece of your workout. So that's piece number 1. Once you are done with that, so when you're done your last round of 3, you finish your last Turkish get-up, kettlebell goes back to the floor safely, we've got another 3-rounder. So what we're gonna do this time is you're gonna start it off with another 100-meter run, scaled same way, again, 10 cals or 40 high knees, 20 on each side. And then we've got 10 plank up downs. So for the plank up downs, again, that is our abbreviated burpee. So just jumping down to a plank, back up to standing. And you're gonna do that for 10 reps. When you're done there, you're gonna do 10 tempo push-ups with a 4-second negative. So what you're gonna do, after my last up down, boom, I'm gonna do 10 push-ups scaled however I need to. So if you can do RX, awesome. The important thing is to hold the tempo. So if you're gonna scale, again, I always recommend scaling hands on an object. So I'm gonna put my hands on an elevated surface and I'm gonna go through 1, 2, 3, 4, Oof. Down, press. 1, 2, 3, 4, press. I'm gonna do 10 push-ups at that speed. When you're done with 10 push-ups at that speed, you're gonna do 10 more plank up downs. So again, same exact thing we just demoed. Down to a plank, back up to standing. Then we have a little core complex. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna do 10 hollow rocks. So for the hollow rocking, what we're looking to do, again, number 1 is I can do this from a dead bug. So I can go, most important thing again, shoulders off the ground, and then I'm gonna reach my butt off the ground here, and I can rock from this position. So I can do some dead bug rocking for 10 reps. Or I can do hollow rocking for 10 reps. When I'm done with 10 reps, I'm gonna hold for 10 seconds or hold for 10 seconds. Then I'm gonna perform 10 more rocks. Obviously, you do not have to do that unbroken. You are more than welcome to, like, I'm tired from just doing like 3 reps of each for a demo. And I actually did this workout last week, so I can tell you from personal experience, I did not do it unbroken. So again, you're more than welcome to break this up whenever you need to. I was breaking up the hollow rocks. I think I may have done the hollow holds unbroken, maybe. But either way, so you're gonna do 3 rounds of all of that. So 3 rounds, 100-meter run, 10 plank up downs, 10 tempo push-ups, 10 plank up downs, 10 hollow rocks, 10-second hollow hold, 10 hollow rocks.
David.
All of that is your workout. I did it with 10 calories on a machine here in the basement, and it took me the better part of like 25 minutes. So again, it is a longer workout. There's a lot to do here. But the goal is just to keep moving at a steady pace. So this isn't one of those workouts where you're gonna fly through anything. You're just gonna try and keep moving for the entire time. Once all that's said and done, we have a little bit of accessory. So for the accessory, we've got some halos. So again, cue Beyonce. But 20 halos, so you're gonna do 10 one direction, followed by 10 the other direction. The goal is to basically make the object orbit your head. So keep it right around kind of nose level, and it should rock around my head this way, and I can do that with a plate, kettlebell, dumbbell, backpack, textbook, anything like that. And then you're gonna do 20 overhead tricep extensions. So for those, I'm gonna take my object in my hands, start with a locked out position, and then I'm gonna keep my upper arm where it is, bend from the elbow to 90 degrees, press back up to extension, and I'm gonna go through 20 reps there. 3 rounds. So 3 rounds, 20 halos, 20 overhead tricep extensions. And then the last thing we've got is a 2-minute puppy dog pose, followed by 20 bird dogs on each side. So puppy dog, again, hands are gonna go up on an elevated surface, hips relax, head sinks through, just looking to open up the chest and the upper back and the lats a little bit. Then we're gonna do 20 bird dogs, nice and slow on each side. So tabletop position, it is almost your turn. So tabletop position, out to full extension, back down, out again. You guys get the idea. So 20 bird dogs on each side, and again, that's gonna be your cool down. So that's your fitness for tomorrow. Like I said, it is a lot. So buckle down, prepare yourselves, probably keep this video handy if I were you. But enjoy it. And as always, tag us, Forged by Zeus, Palace.Ithaca, across the Queens, and we will see you guys back on Friday.